Okay, today's lesson is proving lines parallel. So we talked about transversals, corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, same side interior angles, and I talked about when the two lines are parallel, cut by a transversal, and which angles will be congruent, which angles will be supplementary. So if they don't tell you that the lines are parallel, then you can assume that the angles would be congruent. But you can prove lines parallel. So the way you prove them parallel is you got this little slip. I need you to put it in your spiral. If the corresponding angle, and I'm just going to kind of underline what I'm saying. So these are like if then sentences. If the corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. If the alternate interior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. If the alternate exterior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. If the consecutive interior angles are supplementary, if consecutive is the same thing as same side, interior angles are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. If the lines are perpendicular to the same line, then the lines are parallel. Okay. Underneath this, I want you to write. Okay. So all those things that we just talked about do prove lines parallel. These things do not prove lines parallel. Make sure you write them down. Vertical angles do not prove lines parallel. And linear pairs do not prove lines parallel. Okay. Alright, then I want you to draw this on your notes underneath that. Okay, you might want to pause it because I wrote all that down while I had y'all on pause. So you might want to pause it so you can copy this down. And then we'll talk about it. Alright, so now we're looking at angle 3 and angle 10. 3 and 10. Now realize that this picture looks different than all the other pictures. All the other pictures I drew look like that, right? This one only had 3 lines. The one that we just drew has 4 lines. Okay? That's important because every time you look for parallel lines and transversals, corresponding angles, alternate exterior angles, alternate interior angles, same side interior angles, you are looking for 3 lines only. Okay? So I'm going to cross something out, but I'm going to have to erase it because I need it back in a minute. Okay? So I'm really not looking down here. So if I'm not looking down here, I'm only looking at 3 lines, and then I would look at angle 3 and angle 10. Angle 3 and angle 10 are what kind of angles? Hopefully you said alternate exterior angles, okay? And since they are alternate exterior angles, they are supposed to be congruent, which means that the lines will be parallel. And the lines that would be parallel would only be C and D, okay? Okay, so these C would be parallel to D, and it would be because of alternate exterior angles. Okay? Let's look at the next one. We have 9 and 13. 9 is congruent to 13, which means I'm not looking at this side. And 9 and 13 are what kind of angles? Hopefully you said corresponding. And that would mean that A is parallel to B. So I actually need to erase that. So A is parallel to B and it's corresponding angles. Okay, then 1 and 4 being congruent. 1 and 4. Those are vertical angles. So that means does not prove parallel. And this is a symbol for parallel. I don't know if I ever reiterated that to you. That's a symbol for parallel. Alright, the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180. That is a true statement, but 2 and 4 are a linear pair, so doesn't prove